Buckle up, Buttercup. Live from Gloucester, Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the GloucesterCast podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
Good morning, Gloucester. It is the 550th episode of the GloucesterCast. Cheers to all of you.
Joe.
Cheers to my good friends that showed up tonight.
Just friends, or are we castaways?
Friends and castaways. Scotty Mac, beautiful haircut. Very nice.
Oh,
thank you.
It takes like 20 pounds off you.
I'm not in the frame. So thanks.
Well, you're the voice.
Black Bear on Main Street.
Black Bears, that's your guy.
Excellent. Kudos to Ryan Shop and Christy, who cut my hair. So.
He has more than one bar guy person.
Joey, if you push the camera back a little bit, you can get Scotty in the view.
Push Scotty back a little bit.
What
That's in the boat, Scotty.
What you can't see at home is the camera's precariously
dangling
over the pool, so you can't see that. But
Scotty's voice may have a little echo to it.
Scotty.
Scotty, this is what happens when you show up late. I mean, we have to teach you somehow.
There you go. Today is February 3rd, 2022. We had a snowstorm last weekend, but I'm going to introduce. Scotty's off camera because he showed up late once again.
Yeah.
Pat Dalpiaz is with us.
Don't trip. No, watch out.
Careful.
Oh.
Oh, he's walking out, I think, Joe. Hold it. He might be gone.
Chris McCarthy's with us.
Good morning, Gloucester. Happy birthday, Joe.
Thank you.
it's his 550th.
Speaking of birthdays, it is Chris's birthday tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
right.
happy
It's the week
birthday
of
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Oh, you were a groundhog baby.
Thank you. Yeah, groundhog.
Well, it's near enough, isn't it?
Nicole Schraft is with us.
Hi.
Jimmy Dalpiaz is with us.
Good evening.
And we're going to be joined by Patrick, General Manager Patrick, in a few minutes.
Can we start with breaking news that all schools closed, right? For anyone who isn't getting school emails but is watching us instead.
Or phone calls.
Right, or phone calls.
Yeah, let the drinking begin.
Yeah, no, please.
I don't know who, so I do know that Rockport, right, Chris?
Rockport's
you received
closed.
a phone call?
That's official.
I
No
have been
need for White
told
Sox
that
to bet
Gloucester
tonight.
is closed. I know that Harbor Light Montessori is closed. I know Essex Tech is closed. I have not heard about Essex, Manchester.
Everything's
But
closed.
Lots
Everything's
of schools are
closed.
closing. Everything's closed.
Yeah. The wussification
Of America.
of America continues.
Everyone gets a trophy, and no one goes to school
No,
in the snow.
it sounds like it's going to be dangerous because of the quick freeze that supposedly is going to happen. You know where I read that or heard about it? Cape Ann weather.
That's right.
He did an outstanding job
did.
on that last storm.
He did. And hold it, there's Scotty. Is he leaving? He's just making laps around the pool.
He's getting his workout in. I'll tell you, the haircut does look phenomenal. If for people that did get a little glimpse of Scotty.
Yeah, he's looking sharp.
We're at Mile Marker. We've been trying to get here for a while. We've had a lot of things happening. But as I've said probably a dozen times before, the back room at Mile Marker, and I'm going to go to the tape here.
Oh, the tape.
The back. That is the back.
Oh,
That's the back room. That's where we just had dinner. And it is one of my favorite rooms in the city. This and the bar at Tono, my two favorite bars, places to dine in the city as far as aesthetics-wise. I just think they did an absolutely fantastic job.
You know what my favorite room in the city is, Joe, right?
What's that?
The bathroom.
The
Yeah.
bathroom. Should we go through our dinner?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, why don't we do
go. Who had the burger?
I did.
All right, Pat.
Very yummy. The fries are my favorite. I love skinny fries.
Yeah, they're like a hand cut fry. And
How do you feel about that bun, Pat?
I love the bun.
Yeah, a little buttered.
Oh, I love
Warm
buns.
bun?
I love
Yeah.
buns.
All right, next.
You should be asking me how
Right
How do you
there,
feel
Chris.
about Pat's
Oh,
buns?
that was an appetizer that we got. The bang bang chicken. Scotty Mac is making chicken faces on my forehead with a bright light. Yeah, bang chicken. And
That's bang bang shrimp.
I mean bang shrimp.
Tastes like
Brings
chicken.
up a topic.
Yeah, or it brings up a topic. Should it be pew pew?
So no, this is
Chicken.
Patrick.
Oh.
Please be
I'm being
careful.
very
Please.
careful. It's
So
gonna be
Patrick,
fine.
Patrick brought up earlier. How can you tell generationally if you make this? Oh wait, let me take this graphic off here. So if you make this motion
When we were kids.
when we were kids, our generation, and the sound that you would make would be bang, bang, bang. If you ask anyone like 20 years younger than us, they grew up with Star Wars, and it's pew, 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 pew. So it's totally, I thought that was really accurate.
It was.
Very observant.
Very observant.
Actually, Pat and Jimmy had a pew pew gun.
Well,
That
technically, Amy had a pew pew gun.
Oh, Amy had a pew pew gun.
Pew gun. We called it the pew gun,
A pew gun.
and it was always lost.
Really?
We could never find it.
You were hiding it.
How old is Amy?
Oh, she's probably 7 or 6.
No, how old is Amy now?
32.
32. So that's 20
Wow.
years.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
young.
Interesting.
There's the difference, right?
And why
there.
were you giving your kids guns when they were
We
7?
no, we did not. This was a gift from a loving aunt.
Oh,
if I
okay.
recollect.
You're going to love those
I think it
ants.
may have been
Nuns.
Paula Ryan O'Brien.
Oh.
Almost sure it was.
I'm not
Interesting.
getting the comments. So
Okay.
the only way I would see them would be if you put them up.
Okay.
Because kids are soft these days. I think it's more of a
I think it's
Star
referring
Wars
to the.
versus the
Oh,
cowboy
maybe.
western.
I wondered if it had to do
No.
with school closing.
School
Is that,
closings.
is that Paul
Gambers.
Gamber who
Oh,
just
oh,
chimed
oh,
in?
oh, oh.
I think there's
Yeah.
school closings. Yeah.
Gamber's
Hi,
agreeing
Paul.
with me. The wussification.
The wussification of America.
Wait, are you done talking about meals?
I'm not. No,
Okay.
thank you. And we'll go to.
Because nobody took a picture of mine. I'm feeling like Scotty Mac, but I want to talk about mine.
Didn't you eat the steak tips?
I ate your leftover steak tips. Thank you for pointing that out to everyone at home. I did. I ate your two. I came
She
late,
pulled the move.
and
She pulled the
I
move.
not only did I eat your last 2 steak tips, but I ate them with my fingers.
Oh, okay.
And Pat was like, "Let me get you a fork." I'm like, "No, I'm good. It's all set."
Annie Roshan says, "Hey Chris, I was behind a minivan today that had a bumper sticker that said, 'If you have to poop, honk your horn.' I was driving, so I couldn't take a picture. I thought you might appreciate that.
That wasn't me, Annie.
Your
But thanks for thinking of me.
your reputation precedes itself.
Isn't that funny how poop comes up and people think of GMG Chris?
They go right to you.
I've succeeded in life.
Chris?
That is the moussaka. I don't know if we have any Greeks chiming in. I'm probably not pronouncing it right. Moussaka, but it's I guess a Mediterranean or Moroccan moussaka, and it was made with parsnips, and it had like a hint of cinnamon or nutmeg, but filled with lamb, almost like a shepherd's pie. Outstanding, very very different. Not something you're going to find everywhere.
Oh, potato gnocchi.
Jimmy, you
Wait,
ordered
what
the
is
gnocchi?
that, Jimmy? How do you pronounce that?
Gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
Gnocchi?
Gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
Like Gnocchi Way at Fenway Park.
Yeah, there you go.
And what's that on top of the gnocchi?
It was like a bed of spinach with some different type of tomatoes in there, and they had great seasoning, very tasty, and the dollop on top is like a sour cream.
No.
It's like Greek yogurt.
Jesus fucking
It's gonna be
Christ.
like Greek
Oh,
yogurt.
it's ricotta.
This is
Oh, it
this
is,
like
really?
an
It's
Italian
gotta be
too.
ricotta.
It was.
He can't
Your
pronounce.
battery's running low.
He
What is
can't
going on
pronounce
here?
gnocchi,
Gnocchi.
and he says,
What do we have to plug
Uh-oh.
in?
Where's my?
What are we looking for?
I need it.
Scotty. I think Scotty. Where is it?
No, where's my?
Oh, right
course.
Right here.
That one is mine. No.
Do you even have it out?
All
does
of this
have
by
a-
the pool is, you're going to electrocute
do
the
this
fish when
quickly.
stuff falls into the pool. That's what I'm the most worried about.
Thank you, Jim. If you could plug. Oh, hold on a second.
I will.
Don't drop this. Put this.
Scotty,
in
don't
that-
worry, we
in
got
that
it.
Thing.
Yeah.
Pat, did you move over for Scotty to sit
I
in the
did.
chair?
I did.
But he just hasn't done it yet? Is
Yeah.
he going to make an entrance?
I don't know.
All right.
No, don't unplug anything.
I know.
Right
Do I have to
Pat,
get up?
Yep, got it.
is that gonna reach?
Yep.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Nope. Uh-oh.
Pat, is yours charged?
Yeah, I can unplug me.
Unplug yours. Oh yeah. And we gotta go quickly.
Which one is yours, Pat?
It's going to be this one.
All right. I got it.
Oh, I can reach the back.
Oh my God, that
All
camera.
right, we're back in action.
This is very stressful.
Okay, little technical.
See when you're live, the stuff that happens.
My mother wants to know if it's going to be safe to go to the Y at 8:15 in the morning. Last I heard, the Y it was supposed to be. I haven't checked with Chris
checked.
Spittle.
I did, but it doesn't have the timing on it.
Oh,
So I'm not sure.
This is Rachel. Rachel, say hi.
Super careful.
Thank you, Rachel.
She is a great.
Thank you, Rachel.
All we get from Joey is please be
Host.
careful
I
every
know.
time anybody
All I
comes
can
anywhere
take is
near
my
us.
$2,000 camera that's dangling
Dangling over the
precipitously
pool.
over the
Well, I think we
pool.
need to take a photo of
So
what's
people-
happening
Yeah, so people
with the-
can see. Yeah, that'd be good.
of the koi fish.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be. I thought it was supposed to be sleet all day.
Since Pat is on, Jimmy, grab.
Oh,
Triton Regional.
so
Look at this live.
So right now I'm getting my cousin Frank, who lives in Salisbury. He gets calls to the wharf, like when there's no school up in Triton. So they must be canceling school in Triton for tomorrow. Oh, there's my mother. My mother's brought the Gigilant. Jimmy, you can put it right up close to the camera so
Yeah,
people can
and
see.
those are Scotty's.
Be careful, Jimmy.
Scotty, those are
Be
your
careful,
cookies,
be
by the
careful.
way. You might be missing a couple.
That's all right. I'm taking my punishment for being 2 minutes late today.
Pat, thank you for
We're going downhill here.
cooking these for us. They were outstanding. I actually brought some to my mother and father last night, and they were gone in seconds. They were cooked perfectly. They had the extra sesame seeds. So you're the best.
From Brigadoon.
From Brigadoon. I
Fun
passed your
fact.
house.
Fun fact
Scotty,
that
here
no
you
one
go.
at home
Well, it
knows.
has my name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
So there's that. Brigadoons. Those are Gigilantes.
Gigilantes.
Brigadoon is where Chris and I grew up.
Isn't a brigadoon like a bought at a store?
Shelley, please don't interrupt our podcast. I mean, could you believe this?
Sean, there's a seat right there.
Sally, you look fabulous. Did you have your hair done today? You didn't?
I did.
Can we tell the fans at home what Charlene's sweater says?
Champagne,
It says
please.
Champagne, please.
Sally, why don't you take a seat right here?
There's a seat right there for you, Sean.
Yeah, Scotty's not sitting in it.
Scotty's serving detention.
I haven't heard. So the mile marker rate. So we'll get back to mile marker for a second. Mile marker. They started out last year in the very beginning with 4 igloos. They were so wildly successful. They went from 4 to 6, and then to 10 by the end of the season last year. Not today. They have 13 igloos, and even in the middle of the winter, these things have become a monstrous hit. I guess like Valentine's Day, they've been booked for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they said they sold.
Patrick.
He said he sold out.
But what I thought would be a lot of people don't like this or don't do Valentine's Day, celebrate Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day, which is a Monday. So I think it's a good idea if you want to do something. A lot of people are looking for something special. I've been racking my brain what kind of do special with Kate for Valentine's Day and stuff. Igloo is a total no-brainer, and so you can get on the mile marker website and you can book an igloo.
I'm sure you're going to spend some quality time with her, though, on Valentine's.
Let's not go there.
No, sorry.
Joey's gonna melt the igloo.
Didn't we talk about some? We were going to make a special GMG igloo that put shades on and tunes are very white just for Valentine's
Bam
Day.
chicka wow wow.
Yeah, red light.
Does anyone notice that Jimmy pronounces Valentine's Day Valentine's with an M?
Valentine's.
Yeah, well,
The origin of
it's the electric-
Valentine's Day
it's the electric
actually.
shock that I used to have when I was a kid.
Well, Patrick, we got a seat right here for you. Come on in.
Thanks,
But be
Scott.
really
You've been
careful,
instrumental.
Patrick.
No.
Uh-oh.
Just be
Oh.
super careful.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
I can't look.
We have all kinds of wires.
I
And
can't
Joe's
watch.
is on
Before
the
Patrick starts talking, Joey, I was
Love the way
watching
it's
the weather
TV, but I got the
coverage
tools.
and whatever TV channel was in the parking lot here during the blizzard was commenting on the igloos, pointing out Patrick the mile marker igloos during the storm coverage. They were in your parking lot, Patrick,
Oh, that's right.
doing
Yes.
storm coverage,
Yeah,
and they
the-
said, and behind us, you see these colorful doors painted. Those are the mile marker outdoor winter dining igloos. And I was like,
Yeah, it was
they
a great
are.
little plug. So
Yeah.
the Fox team came up and they literally checked in. The storm hit, and they didn't take 2 steps off the property. They just maybe they took 5. So they go over here. Now the blizzard. An hour later, now they literally were on the deck. They didn't go anywhere in Gloucester. They just stood and 2 feet away from the front door and did all the reports for the
That's
next 12
awesome.
hours.
But they can because
Yeah.
you have a
Did
waterfront location.
they rent rooms?
They did.
They
yeah.
did.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
that's a nice
they
thing.
rented 2 rooms for the whole
Awesome.
storm.
Oh, that's great.
And they
That's a-
talked about the view from the room.
Yeah,
Too.
and
They
it was
said even
great.
the
It
view from the
was-
room, yeah.
They got some great footage.
It turned into like a little chronicle piece.
Yeah. And then
Main
we had some
streets and
visiting
back roads.
nurses that got locked in here as well.
Oh,
through the
really?
storm, yeah. So we were actually sold out. The
Wow.
restaurant closed down. We couldn't be open, but the hotel was sold out.
So you had it covered. You had media, you had health services, you had
It was all-
food.
Everything.
You were covered.
Did
Jeez.
anybody
rent the igloos to sleep in?
not to sleep in. We had to close Saturday due to the storm, but I tell you, a couple of us actually had lunch in the middle of the storm in the igloos, and they were bulletproof.
Oh,
It was, they're nor'easter proof.
No,
Yeah.
blizzard proof.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's
But we were
funny.
talking about Valentine's Day. You have a couple of days we've been booked out for a couple of weeks now.
Right. So we're closed Valentine's Day, which is Monday, and Tuesday the next day. But right now, Saturday and Sunday, we've just got a couple little gaps here and there. They're pretty much almost sold out. But we do have some openings earlier. Friday still gets some room, and Thursday's got some room.
How about breakfast on Saturday and Sunday?
Pretty close to sold out.
Pretty close
Yeah,
to sold out.
But,
But we were saying that while the igloos are an unbelievable experience, Joe showed a photo of your new dining room. I guess not so new anymore, but it's such a great location to even eat inside. So if you can't get the igloo, it doesn't mean don't come to my market.
well, please don't think that way.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Please don't think that way. The igloos have done very, very well for us. They've
Yeah.
taken off. They're super popular. We're up to 13 now. But, we redesigned the restaurant. We put it all together. COVID hit. It went down. The restrictions came back up. We still had to have plexiglass. The restrictions came back. Boom, boom, boom. So the dining room, I don't think, has really ever been discovered. But it's, as Joey said, and I'm very, very biased, but I think it's one of the prettiest rooms in town.
Yeah.
And we've really been working on our food and our service, taking it up a notch. We're not just that summer place anymore. There's good food, there's great settings, it's really pretty. So, yeah, the igloos have taken off, but the dining room's ready.
And just to prove how service is going to the next level, how many times have you ordered a sangria with fruit and have gotten a little fork?
Lobster pick.
It's a lobster pick, but what they do is put them in their sangrias or any drinks that have fruit, and this will help you pick up the fruit, the cherries, the oranges, the cantaloupe, all the great fruit.
We're
that
also
was in
talking
it.
about the attention to the ice, to
The ice.
detail of the ice.
Tell everybody the ice, because you have to come here just for the ice.
Just for the ice.
Just for the ice.
Well, my wife Kate is an ice connoisseur.
Yeah.
And when it comes to and she doesn't drink soda often, but she loves crushed ice with a Diet Coke.
I downed 2 of them in a matter of 10 minutes.
It
I'm
kind of
like,
takes
why
you
am I
back to
drinking-
your childhood, right?
It does.
Like when you're at the A&W or something. So we've got 2 ice machines. We've got the traditional big cube, which goes in some cocktails. There's a couple specialty cocktails, but all of our sodas, lemonades, and things like that go into the crush.
The crushed
The
ice,
crushed ice.
which is
Next
It's
level.
different.
Next
A
level.
different feel.
Yeah.
So much colder, the whole drink drink through that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you talk to everybody about your Irish coffee?
The
'Cause
Irish
that's
coffee,
world famous
yeah,
here,
I call it the proper Irish coffee. If you go to 70 bars, you're going to get 70 different Irish coffees. Some put caramel on it, some put creme de menthe on it, some put sprinkles on them. This is arguably, this is the original recipe. Arguably, it happened either in San Francisco or in the Shannon Airport. And there's a debate of who really invented this drink.
Really?
But it's made the traditional way. There's a great bar called the Buena Vista in Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco.
Yeah.
They literally serve 2,000 or 3,000 of these drinks a day.
Yep.
That's all the bartenders are doing. Like literally, they'll pour coffee in 10 drinks at a time.
And you hear the clink, 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 clink.
Exactly. They stir the sugar, clink, 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 and they spoon on the cream. So this is their recipe.
Yeah.
It's got to be in a hot glass. It's got to be in a short glass. It's got to have 1 cube of sugar. It's the whipped cream. So the cream's going to be shaken, not squirt. It's just a nice foam that floats on top.
And this is the glass that they give you at Buena Vista,
That's
right?
the exact glass.
Same glass.
Yeah, I'm a good
as
thief.
Buena
I
Vista.
still.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
So we try to imitate it. And then right up the road from there is maybe 2 miles up the road is a place called Tommy's Mexican Diner. And in my opinion, they make the second best margarita in the country. I mean, they use pure agave that they dilute down to the right consistency. If you go in the back bar is full of 1,000 bottles of tequila. If you order a rum and coke, you get one. They have 1 bottle of rum. Like, will this be okay? And all they do is make margaritas. So I went there many, many times, and I stole their recipe and perfected it. So we're now the best margarita. They're second place.
Nice.
And if you do go to the Bonds voting, we're into the margarita category. So come by, have a margarita, and go back to Bonds and vote it up. Yeah.
I didn't know that either. That just opened, didn't it, today?
It
Bonds
just opened
voting?
today.
Oh,
Where do you
Bonds
vote
voted.
for that?
I believe it's bonds.com.
If it's not that, it'd be North Shore
North Shore
Magazine.
Magazine,
Yeah.
So we literally
Maybe
bring
we
in
should order some margaritas.
we bring in these 5-gallon jugs of pure agave syrup, and it's the heaviest jug you've ever picked up.
Really?
Because it's just pure. It's like thicker than motor oil, and then you've got to dilute it to the right viscosity to make the perfect margarita. So our margaritas are just tequila, the perfect agave, and a half a squeeze of fresh lime shaken to hell and back, and it just makes a great margarita.
Jeez, you may have to try one of those.
Goodness.
The other reason
can
why
do that.
people have to come in is because you have converted your pool into a little bit of an aquarium.
Which is one of those things like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, right? Like, how could this possibly upset people? But there's a few people that walk in the door and they're just taken aback. They can't get by that it's not a pool anymore. And the reason is
They're hockey players.
but we're still in COVID, and sadly the restaurant shares the restroom with the pool.
Oh, right.
You can't still in this world you can't have people in there showering nude, powering up, and then come in for dinner, and the two worlds don't really intermix. So we had to put the pool on hold, and in the meantime, I came in one day and somebody had thrown a goldfish in. And next thing you know, there's about 100 fish in there right now.
Yeah.
So
I
got a
think
couple
it
of big
looks great.
boys. There's a couple of, there's a 20-incher in there, and there's a little baby
Tell
shark
us
in
about the
there.
set behind you too. I mean, the botanical garden.
The little, when we did change it over from the pool, we wanted to soften the room because this has become a COVID overflow for those that want to be super, super safe. So we created a little living wall behind us, and just to try to soften up the room.
Yeah.
You have like mint in there for your mojitos anywhere?
There's
Or?
mint in there. Yes, there is. Good eye.
Patrick, how many fish are in there?
There's about 100. Yeah, some
Really?
of them are little guys, some of them are big guys, but
I had
And,
no idea. I
and
thought they were like
they're
7.
multiplying.
I was going to ask if you're about to.
It happens.
You have
must be
names?
happy.
You have names for your plants, Patrick?
I do not.
This is Susan and there's Mary.
Well, come in there tomorrow and
This is
introduce
Rubber
yourself.
Room. I see little Johnny. I see Chris. I see Joey.
Well, these people really take a lot of, kind words and say things to their plants and stuff, and these are so healthy. I figured someone's talking to them.
Well, feel free to come in for a chat anytime.
It's like when the farms
I may
farms
leave
have
here
baby
tonight.
goats
I
and
may
you
leave
sign
here
up to
over
feed the
tonight.
goats. We can sign up for time slots
Yeah.
to talk to your plants,
Let's
Patrick.
go to the public. How many people come in for a chat?
If it involves a margarita, I'm going to sit here for an hour a day and talk to your plants.
I like that idea. Yeah. that
Sign up
works
now.
well.
Pat, any questions for Patrick or roll call or
Uh,
anything good going on?
Well, there is a question about whether there will be a podcast on Sunday morning, but I don't see any specific questions for Patrick. But we're at 550, podcast 550, and I think you said,
Oh, yeah.
what's 50 years old this year?
Cape Ann Marina turns
Yeah.
50 this year as well. So Joey sent that out
That's
to me yesterday.
amazing. Who knew?
550. It
Yeah.
was 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
question for Patrick. See these magnets here? Aren't these beautiful?
Those are good.
These are made by right here.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Would you be interested in carrying these in your shop? Maybe the
My
Cape Ann Marina's
agent
logo
will
on that.
be.
I would be absolutely.
So
yeah.
Pat,
My agents will
sidebar that, but I mean,
My-
but we give these away for prizes. I mean,
No, those are fantastic.
Go back to your 50th. Any plans to do anything special?
We're
Anything
hoping
today?
in June to have a little party. We're still trying to work
Oh,
out
nice.
details
Great.
on that. Yeah. But we'll get it out there.
Great.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Jimmy, don't lean on that table.
Oh my God.
I know.
Even I'm nervous now.
Ah, you got it, Jim.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Good
There
job,
you
got,
Jimmy.
You got all the faces out of there.
There's a nose here with
Except
the
the
frame.
fisherman's
And that's a
face.
magnet.
He might be chatting with the fishes. So.
Oh my God.
Good job. Nice job, Jimmy. So you're giving away one of those? Is that what you're doing?
Well,
Yes, I am now.
I can, yes.
well,
Oh, I thought,
Yeah.
I thought that
that
was.
one's actually mine.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not giving?
No,
I
No,
actually
no, no.
Not
brought
anymore.
No, you brought some
another
prizes.
day.
I
Yeah,
just
we
didn't know
did
what the prizes were.
The prizes are the Joe
Jimmy has
Fish
it.
T-shirt and 2 Cape Ann Museum passes.
Oh, wow. Nice. Very nice.
Wow.
So if you share the podcast and type shared, you will be entered at the end. We'll draw your name. And, oh, wow. This is.
Man, not
Jimmy,
so
did
much.
you wash your hands today?
There's a nose hair in the frame.
So
And
The
dead
T-shirt,
fish,
I think, is an extra large.
reprint the
I
dead.
think.
If only
That's
I
from
had a-
Joe Print, Fish Printer, fishprinter.com.
That's an awesome
It
T-shirt.
was fantastic. I
We
love it.
printed that.
We
Yeah.
get one of his prints in the diary.
Oh, that's
It's
the
just
print the
gorgeous.
dead one he was talking about a few weeks ago.
Print the
Mhm.
That's
dead.
excellent.
Yeah.
Joey, your
Yeah.
hat too that you're wearing.
Joe, this has been my go-to hat for probably a month now.
Yeah, I could tell. You got to wash it.
A little stinky.
Oh, my God. There was bugs crawling all on it. Oh, my God. I got
Terrible. Terrible. Kudos to the DPW and the plowing crew. City of Gloucester did a fantastic job.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
I'm not from here, and I was shocked at how clear the roads were.
Yeah.
And I came to work Sunday morning. I drove in, and it's I think 8 a.m. and the roads were black.
Yeah.
You know, they were just
They did a fantastic job.
unbelievable.
Did you get stranded here on Saturday?
I didn't get stranded. Luckily, I've got a full drive, but I was here all day Saturday. But,
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
the winds were howling
Oh,
around
my
here.
God.
I don't remember the last time there was like the whiteout conditions as far as like not being able to see 3 feet in front of you for that extended period of time, which made it more difficult more impressive how they did get it cleaned up because they got pulled off of the roads because it was so dangerous. In the middle of the day on Saturday, the DPW got pulled off the roads. The plow truck got pulled off.
They
So
did a great cleanup job.
they did.
I mean, they saw Chris's report that was constantly going, ow, I'm getting killed.
Yeah, I think you have that report, Joe, don't you? On your computer?
I do, but we don't have the ability to play it,
You're a Vermont guy,
unfortunately.
right? So how does the snow on this storm compare to like what you're used to in Vermont, up that high, and other storms? Like you're not afraid of that snow, are you?
Well, take away the wind. This is an average snowstorm.
Yeah.
we
right,
don't always
right.
get that much wind, but this is an average snowstorm in Vermont. And yeah, no, people in Vermont are completely different. It doesn't cross your mind to cancel anything, when it comes to snow.
Yeah.
You're going out to dinner at 8. Well, we're going to get 2 feet. Okay, well, I'll be 5 minutes late. Yeah, Vermonters are different
We'll
like
take the
that.
snowmobile.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was a the wind event and stuff like that, and there was a decent amount of snow, but there were some people that were out there trying to compare it to the blizzard of '78, and it was just so disingenuous. I mean, like it was such a reach, it wasn't anything.
I was so surprised at the lack of power outages during that. I was fully prepared to
I
have
was
no
fully
power
prepared, yeah.
for a good 2.5
I was
days.
surprised at the
Power.
lack of power outage.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what they were saying was the early part of the I'm half deaf, you know this.
Yeah, there's
But the
two.
early part of the storm, they said the heavy stuff was going to come down and go on the power lines, and then the lighter stuff was going to come. So we didn't get the power outages early, and then the light stuff just kept coming. So it didn't really contribute to many power outages.
Yeah.
The other contributing factor is that there's no leaves on the trees. I think you get like a lot more power outages like in the fall when the leaves are still on the trees, and the spring when the leaves come back on.
When they're also saying that it was because of all the tree work that the electric department did
In advance?
over the past year
Oh,
and a
wow.
half.
Good for them.
All the trees, limbs that they cleared along the lines supposedly helped contribute to the lack of
But this
outage.
was super light powder, right? For
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
You normally don't
It
get
was
this.
pretty easy to clear, even though it was, if you got out there on Saturday evening and cleared
Which is
it,
what I did.
it wasn't not that strenuous.
Yeah.
And the igloos did great too.
The igloos,
Yeah.
yeah,
No problem with it.
No
no
problem.
problem at all.
Yeah.
That must have been fun digging out, though.
We've got this great crew of people. They came in. We've got a big property, right? So we got 6 guys that worked like 15 hours nonstop,
Wow.
just rotating.
The Alvy and his crew.
Alvy and crew. Yeah.
Right on.
Alvy and Marvin. And
Marvin.
Yeah. Henry and a bunch of guys, but they kept it going. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. So, shout out to the Coast Guard and the people that helped rescue the crew of the Bing Bing, which sank down off the Cape. Three guys were in the water for over an hour, in very cold water. I don't think anybody.
Had their gear on.
Yeah,
They kept it, yeah.
I think but they all got rescued.
Yeah, thank God.
Wow.
And
So-
the call to action that they talked about in the news, which is like all too true, is that there was one woman. This happens, not all the time, but it happens frequently. And that one woman was walking her dog, saw what she assumed was a boat in distress,
Oh wow!
and she thought, "I'm going to be the 20th person to call, but I'm going to call anyway just to be
Yeah.
safe."
Oh.
And she ended up being the first and only person.
Oh.
Well,
And
maybe not the
only.
only, but the first person to call.
Yeah.
But she had that moment of like,
That's interesting.
oh, it's going to be really redundant. I'm sure so many other people have already called this in, but what the heck, better safe than sorry. And they said if she hadn't called in, they wouldn't have been rescued.
Yeah.
That's very
That's
interesting.
very
So-
similar to like like when 20. Hey, I think 20 people have already called to cast their vote for Chris McCarthy's chili cook-off.
Exactly. But you should still do it.
Very similar, but there's only the one that
Yeah.
was the first.
Also,
Thank you.
very similar to a lot of these things now in the day of social media that like people are more apt to take their cameras out to take a picture of the boat sinking and all the people drowning
Yeah.
rather than make the phone call to
Right.
call 911.
Yeah. Call 911 before you take photos.
Before you do the Instagram post. I thought this was really wild. The city of not the city of Gloucester, the high school, Gloucester High School. There was the Gillnetter is the newspaper for Gloucester High School, and on February 1st, in the Gillnetter, this student named Jenna Smith, a senior, wrote in that they took away. I don't want to misrepresent it, so I'm going to just read her words. During the day, only the first floor bathroom is unlocked during passing times between classes. The science wing bathrooms are always locked, and the second and third floor bathrooms are only open if a teacher is there to unlock and supervise them. Teachers have been directed not to allow students to use the bathrooms during the first and last 5 minutes of classes, as well as the first 5 and the last 5 minutes of lunch. This means that students can only access the restroom during class time. So there's the big, kind of outrage over
I think we
this.
should go to the poop guy first on this one.
Yeah, you'd never know when you have to poop, and if I didn't have access to a bathroom 24/7, I don't know what I would
That's an
do.
expert.
But are they saying that's because of COVID or
No,
No.
so I'll get to the
Oh,
second part of it.
Oh.
So now, so that 2 days later, February 3rd, Nick Poulin, who is going to Bryant,
Oh, okay.
and he just did his signing thing. They have the new signing thing. All the athletes.
For lacrosse,
No,
No?
he's a cross country guy,
cross country.
big cross country kid, and he wrote in that they changed this policy. That this is his words: students will now have full access to all the restrooms during the school day. Immediate changes have been made to open all bathrooms school wide. Last week, GHS implemented a new bathroom policy in order to curb vandalism and vaping, but staffing and supervision issues made this plan difficult to execute. Over the past several days, many students have complained about the lack of open bathrooms. In a letter to students and families Wednesday night, GHS Principal James Cook laid out the new changes to the recent bathroom policy. Starting tomorrow, Thursday, which is today, we are adjusting bathroom supervision in a way that will allow us to open up all the bathrooms in the main building for regular use. Principal Cook also acknowledged the issues caused by the policy regarding staffing and class disruption. However, as we rolled out the change, we have not had the staff available to properly supervise as many bathrooms as we had hoped, which has caused difficulties for students and time away from classes, Cook said. Even though the bathrooms are open, administration is remaining vigilant surrounding the recent strings of vandalism. I urge you to discuss this matter, both the vandalism and the vaping, with your children, Cook said in a message to families. Most of our students continue to act responsibly and don't engage in these activities. So they were trying to curb this vaping thing, and I guess they've done some vandalism. Now, I don't understand kids that vandalize the school.
I'll tell you, my first major concern about that is smoking in the boys' room. My Molly Crew getting canceled. The cancel culture. No more smoking in the boys' room.
Yeah, you can't play that anymore.
Can't play that song anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty sad though. Like, vandalizing bathrooms.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's probably the work of a small amount.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's affecting a lot.
Yeah.
And you can't put your head in the sand and just kind of say, well, it's only a small group. We have to deal with this because it's costing the district money, manpower, and they had to do something, and they're working out what they think they can. Unfortunately, they need some more students to step up and say,
Yeah.
cut it out, and we're going to help.
Yeah.
And it sounds like some of them are stepping
Well,
up.
the vandalism thing, and a lot of that stuff is actually going on right now. Other schools have canceled students from going to all sporting events because of racist remarks in the bathrooms and graffiti and stuff like that. So maybe that's a measure that they were trying to prevent with the Gloucester school system as to opposed to another school system. Do you know what I'm following? Did you see the news report?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Nicole.
No, I didn't.
Because Joey looks like he doesn't know.
I don't want to misquote which school district it was, but there were some home fans in a school district about 30 minutes away from here that for the remainder of the season, the winter seasons, they weren't going to let spectators go because of the behavior of students in the crowd
Oh wow.
and some racial comments and whatnot. So
Wow, that's sad.
yeah, you know what it's like. I mean, it's everywhere, and I hate to, I'm 50. I'm gonna sound like I'm 70, right? But a lot of it's social media. A lot of that bathroom vandalizing. As a parent who has a child in high school, we got emails, not from Gloucester, Rockport, Thatcher goes to Essex Tech, but we got emails. They're TikTok challenges that some kids feel the need to do because they saw it on social media, and then they consider themselves challenged to go do it at their own school, and
They don't think about the consequences.
right, and just and then the money. We all want what's best for our school systems, and then there's kids who are fortunate no matter what the school is, who are then taking away from much needed money other places. So anyway,
But then you get the minority of the troublemakers creating the headaches for the majority of the kids who are trying to do what's right. So that's why I know I wouldn't want to be an administrator, but it's hard to shut down the bathrooms to punish all, as opposed to punishing the minority that are the wise people, not the wise guys, because there are some wise women out there too.
Maybe they create an app for it that they open the bathroom by their app if they get permission from their teacher to go, and then it opens up.
And they can keep track of who's
And they know
who's
who
going.
went, who didn't win.
well, there are school systems that use barcodes, just like you use with the menus, and you have to scan your barcode when you leave certain wings or certain rooms or whatnot. So
Technology's there. Let's use it.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, like eye recognition or finger. Yeah. Let's do it.
Lasers.
What was the book that we read in
Thomas
college?
Crown.
Was it 1984? Yeah. Orwell. Was that
Orwell, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 84?
Well, I'm
1984?
impressed you came up with that.
Wow.
The author's name. Well done.
Oh, Then you get the bully
No,
bar and the
well,
nerd
Mike-
school.
Jimmy,
Mike
Jimmy
dropped.
came up with it.
He came up with the title, he couldn't come up with the author, I
So,
guess.
this is
Am I right?
I want Patrick to Patrick, do you use Open Table? Or
We do.
You do. Okay. So, Chris, this is Chris. You want to speak to this topic?
Yeah, so I saw Anthony Catarano from Tono posted this, and I thought it was interesting because it called out the open table reservations, restaurant reservations from January of 2022 compared to January of 2019, and the difference from 2019 to 2022 of January, and it shows a lot of the major cities, and Massachusetts is what, negative, or Boston
Boston is minus 48%.
48% reservations made on Open Table in 2022 compared to 2019.
So we're
in just
down
January.
40.
We're down 48%.
48%.
And that's you have to understand too. 2019 was pre-COVID.
Right.
All right, but there are some that are actually positive. So I'll go through the list. Cambridge, Mass, minus 75%. San Francisco, minus 66%. Manhattan, minus 64%. DC, minus 59%. LA, minus 41%. Houston, minus 13%. Las Vegas, plus 1%. Miami, plus 14%.
So how about what is your reservation? Have you seen any sort of trends in reservations made by people?
Yes, and as we talked about, it's there's two factors. We went live with Open Table in 19, so our numbers obviously weren't going to be great coming into that. Before that, we never had the system.
Okay.
When we all had a really tough, 2020, the beginning of 2020 because of COVID. We were super lucky because we have the bridge deck,
Right.
and people want to be outside. We were spaced so Open Table did really well for us and we were strong.
Yeah.
We created the igloos. We had the bridge deck. We have the igloos again. So we're the anomaly where
Yeah.
we're getting a lot of traffic, but I know other people aren't. So
Yeah.
God bless the igloos for us, and I know other people are not having that luck.
Yep. Yep.
But if you look in, it's all about the outdoors, right?
Right.
I mean, it's all about the outdoors. If you look in my dining room right now, zero.
Right.
I mean, not.
Well,
zero.
my wife's in there.
Right. Zero reservations.
And your daughter.
Oh, zero reservations.
Zero reservations. We had a few
You didn't call
walk-ins.
your wife a zero.
Right. We had a few walk-ins in there, but we had quite a few Open Table in the igloos today. So
Yeah.
it's all about the outside.
Yeah.
With all those negative numbers, you guys haven't heard that they've changed the name of the app from Open Table to Bent Over the Table? They all got.
Well, for the
They
restaurant
all
owners,
got.
all the restaurant owners, yeah.
So, Patrick, I had breakfast here one day last weekend, on Sunday, I guess, with my dad and my sister. Went home for 20 minutes and came back and had a couple of drinks with 4 or 5 girlfriends. But your bar was full. So we had sat at one of the lobster trap tables and had a couple of drinks. And,
Nice.
So I put in my time most of last Sunday.
Well, thank you.
Maybe it was Saturday.
Yeah.
I might have been at the Crow's Nest on Sunday with these guys.
I mean, the breakfasts here are outstanding. So again, don't forget breakfast. Don't forget about lunch.
Right now, it's just breakfast on weekends, but when
Right.
summer
Oh, that's
comes
right.
again, it'll be there.
It's such an easy place to just sit and relax and just talk about things, and there's not a lot of loud noise going on. It's a great thing to have, and you can see her talk to the plants.
One of your fish just jumped.
Yeah, I'm getting my fishing rod.
Get a bite.
Unbelievable. So there's that. I was anybody that has been following Tom Brady's retirement and saga this past week, I was kind of the statement I said because I highlighted from his Instagram post that he came out with. He did like a 8-page scrolling Instagram post, and reading through it, he mentions Tampa and Tampa affiliates.
University of Michigan.
But the Bucks fans, the city of Tampa, Tampa St. Pete, the Glazer family, who's the owners of the Bucks. Jason Light is the general manager of the Bucks. his head coach Bruce Arians of the Bucks, to all the Bucks coaches, and to every single Bucks staffer and employee. And also the Bucks fans. No mention of New England at all. And
It's really surprising. It's surprising. It seems so out of character for him.
it really did, because he's so calculated in everything he does. And this is obviously done not on his own, with his agent, right? You know, he doesn't release anything on his own, probably too much. Everything's kind of curated to his image and stuff like that. And, you know, some people saying, you know, he doesn't owe us anything after everything that he gave to us, which I agree, he doesn't owe us anything. He doesn't owe Patriots fans anything. But what I would say is this, that statement of totally ignoring all the New England fans and owners and coaches was totally unnecessary. That's what bothered me so much about it. Was like you went out of to create that 8-page statement. You went out of your way to not mention the then. So some people are saying,
quite a dance around.
well, some people said, "Oh, well, he said his goodbye to New England when he left to go 2 years ago to go to the Bucks." That's garbage.
Or
That's
just saving it because he's going to sign a one-day contract.
Who knows
Jimmy's
what
all
would have
choked
happened,
up.
but
Jimmy's
if it
all
wasn't
choked
New
up.
England
Wrong
and
pipe.
Bledsoe getting injured on that play and him being the backup quarterback, I mean, who knows what would have happened in his career. So for him not to even a blurb at all about the Kraft family even or the coaching or anything, come on.
to go.
That's a purpose slight in its most blatant form.
100%.
I don't
And
like it. I
even
don't like it.
before that,
And I'm thankful for all the memories and everything else.
We
And
took you in the 6th round because we felt bad for you, and now nothing.
I think we're.
some people were
I
saying,
think we should just get beyond it.
Well, so that goes to my point.
What are we doing here? We're not going to talk about everything we're going to get past.
He did
We're
what
going
he
to talk
did.
about.
He did what he did. Let's move on.
Let's talk about Chris's goodbye retirement speech from Fenwick Golf Captain.
Yeah.
How did that go?
This is the greatest day of my life.
Who did you thank?
I thanked the Lord Jesus Christ. I thanked my parents. I thanked the tennis team for letting me use the locker room when we got back from matches.
So what about the timing of his retirement, smack in the middle of other teams fighting to get into the Super Bowl, and why we're talking about Tom Brady every day right now instead of talking about the players who've earned a spot this year? I feel like
Yeah.
Did he not thank
claiming
Belichick because he knew his messages were going to end up in the middle of a racial lawsuit in the NFL
Oh, yeah.
on racism? Did he see that coming?
His comments weren't really he didn't say anything bad though. His comments just said to the guy.
No, but I'm saying the controversy was Belichick, who was his former coach. Did he know something about these text messages being out there that he didn't want to say, thank you, Coach Belichick, if he's in the middle of this new lawsuit?
I don't know. It's just unfortunate.
It's
I
a
think it was
big
totally.
discussion. That's what the podcast
think
is
it
all
was.
about.
I just think it was totally unnecessary, like that, to issue that 8-page statement, and to omit.
Innocent until proven guilty. Who knows? He might have something up his sleeve. Maybe he'll do a parade in Boston
I
to
know.
thank all of us. Will that make you feel better?
I find it really disappointing.
I've-
And I
That-
find
that's
it very-
rumored to be,
I find
Chris,
it very
a one-day
intentional.
Contract
Yeah, it was definitely-
retire as a Patriot and
it was
do
definitely
a
intentional.
face-to-face with the fans of New England
Yeah.
by himself. That's a rumored
Yeah.
theory.
Well, so I'd like to hear from. I'd like to hear from. I'd like to hear from the. I'd like to hear from the viewers, how they took it. Like, did you feel that was a slight or not? And second part of that question: do you think he retired when does he retire? In the jersey that he wears, is it going to be a Patriots jersey or is it going to be a Bucks jersey?
That's a big one. Based on that, Tampa?
you think Tampa, which is bananas to me, but like I can't think of it any other way.
I think he's going to come in a three-piece suit and just kind of accept his award, say his speech, and walk away and not put on any cap. I could see him doing that.
I see he comes with a goat mask on.
But he,
It looked like Freddie.
so Kraft issued a statement calling him the greatest that there ever was, and
Class
thank
act.
you, totally classy. Belichick came out with a statement. He's the greatest player in the history of the NFL and everything else. And then Tom comes and he like screenshots the thing from
Thanks,
Belichick,
guys.
and he puts thanks, but he puts it in an Instagram story, which is kinda like-
Disappears the second you see it.
right. It disappears. It's like not like it's second.
Was there any bonus money involved with if you go to Instagram, we'll give you a bonus if you don't even mention New England type of deal?
I don't know, but it's just crazy to me.
Excuse me.
But also, no one needs money
Sorry.
less than Tom Brady right now. So if there was a bonus, that's asinine too.
I think this is kind of a cool thing, and I didn't know about this. The Virgilio's bread thing.
Oh yeah, so I went to Vigilio's yesterday afternoon to pick up a ricotta pie to bring over to my mom's, and on the counter were candles. So I started talking to the lady about the candles, and Vigilio's teamed up with Rockport Candle to come up with a bread scented candle, fresh bread smell candle.
That's a great idea.
Oh.
I'm surprised it took this long.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I brought it home. My wife and daughter are looking on. Hi. And I lit it this morning when I woke up. I hope you blew it out. But throughout the day, you get these subtle hints of like the St. Joseph rolls baking in the oven.
Are you always hungry now?
Huh?
Are you always hungry
Now
now?
that's what I told the lady. I said, this is going to kill me because if you're on a diet, you're constantly smelling bread. But when you walk into Vigilio's, it has that distinct smell, especially in the morning when they're baking all the breads. And this candle was just, it was $14, and I thought, well worth it. It's a cute little gift idea if people are looking for gifts.
Jim Delpiaz was actually approached by Rockport Candle too. They wanted to get the scent from Captain Joe and Son's Wharf,
Yes.
redfish.
Yes.
So
yeah,
that's
we're
gonna
going
be
to
another
be
big
cahoots.
Debate. Patrick can
Debate
attest to
candle,
Patrick can attest to
August
that.
bake candle.
Joe, we can all attest to that because we live it every Sunday.
That's true. We will be having a podcast on Sunday, by the way.
Oh, we will?
Yes. We will.
Scotty, can you tell Scotty?
Somebody asked that question earlier.
Starts at
Can you
8:30,
tell
right?
Scotty we're having a podcast on Sunday?
Scotty, it starts at 8:30.
Scotty.
I'm taking another month off.
We should also mention that Kate is going to be guest bartending at the Nest on Sunday,
Nice.
which very, very excited about that with Marianne Chatford. And I don't know if she's going to have any other help because Kate really is not a trained bartender. But she's like, I'll do the beers.
The beers.
And I'll look pretty because she can do that too.
Yeah.
So
I think we ought to have Nicole at the mile marker as a guest bartender one time too.
Yeah,
that'd be
I
awesome.
want in on that, Patrick.
I went in on that.
Oh, I love that idea.
Right?
We can have a GMG night.
Yeah.
GMG night.
That'd be
We'll
awesome.
have Jimmy at the
We can all
senior
sign
center for guest
I'll be
bartender.
there. I'll be there as I'll be there giving the medicines out.
The
The
tapioca
medicine.
tavern. He'll be at the tapioca tavern.
Yeah, he's gonna hide the pill in the tapioca, the pudding.
I'll be the pill.
You just
I'll
smash
check
it up.
I'll check all of it to make sure they didn't put their pills in
Oh,
there.
my
We got that.
chat isn't working for some
So we
reason.
chat. Anything, Pat, on your end? Anything?
Because I'm not
going
getting the
on?
chat, so I can't speak to any of the
Well,
comments.
we did have some comments regarding Tom Brady. Wayne, the postman, thinks he'll go into the Hall as a Patriot.
So
Robert and Annette Spanks thinks he's
The
a
Swingers from the Villages. You can't
Villages.
just say Robert and Annette Spanks. You have to say Robert and Annette Spanks, the Swingers from the Villages.
Oh, sorry.
Who,
You're right.
Who
You're
have
right.
loofahs on their antennas, car antennas.
I don't think I can remember all
Do
of them.
cars still have antennas?
Thinks he's a patroneer,
You what?
like Patriot and Buccaneer together.
Oh,
Patroneer.
no. Has anyone ever done that, a player?
I
Have they ever
don't
gone
know,
in with both hats?
In some baseball.
But you did get some responses.
Anybody
From
new
people.
and different on
Are
there? Anybody we should take a
you
shot?
going to share those with us, or are we going to
I
guess
did
that?
share them as you were talking.
I thought you said they, so that was it?
All right, well, let's see here. Let me back it up a little bit.
And you can see
here's-
Pat. Can you see Pat's shirt? She's sporting the mile marker 1 Helly Hansen.
Yeah,
I love that.
That they have, and I'll tell you
Patrick
something.
is,
that's because I
Hansen.
saw it on
They have-
Charlene and it looked so good
So
that
they
I got one.
in the lobby. They have a gift shop, and the women's hats is. You know, I might get one on for Kate on the way out. Huh? Valentine's Day.
Oh,
You go to mile marker.
she might be listening.
She's not here, is she?
No.
But is she watching? Do you forget that there's an at-home audience, Joey? You always forget.
I'm trying to say that you.
I think we should have a dating game podcast.
Ask her
Amy-
for comments and you're
Amy's
waiting. I'm
out.
the sound guy. I get the
Amy's
look.
out. Amy's out. The girl that had a 2-month run on Jeopardy is out.
Mhm.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, $1.3 million. I'm not a Jeopardy guy, but I was in the last couple weeks. I was following along.
Did you see the girl that's going to host the college edition? It's college coming up. College Jeopardy week.
No.
It's the girl from Big Bang Theory. That was the
Kaylee Cacao. Is
Yes, yes.
something like that.
So she's going to host that. And
Pow.
that's always
Pew,
a
pew,
fun
pew,
one. To see how actually brainiacs these college kids really are. That's a good one to watch.
Well, they give them all the answers. Don't they give them a
For Margarita
manual?
Patrick.
Yeah, they give them a manual to study. They can't come up with all those answers without being fed something prior.
All right, so we're going to go to the next topic,
Okay, Joe.
and that would be
What?
McDonald's is introducing menu hacks.
Oh, I saw this today.
And
Oh,
you
Oh
think,
my God, I haven't
This
seen
hurts.
that.
it does not look good at all.
so menu hacks that you can order, and you have to use. I guess they're trying to get people to use their app to order these things. And I guess what you can have done, there's 4 different menu hacks, and I'm gonna talk about all 4 of them, and I'm gonna say we're not gonna mention which one you think is the best. We're gonna say which is the least gross. I think because that's the best way to put it.
The most tolerable.
There's the
Palatable.
surf and turf, and the description is it's beef, it's fish, it's beef and fish. The fusion of undeniable classics brings together the double cheeseburger and the fillet of fish. Get this menu hack in the app along with a free medium fries and soft drink. So you can get a sandwich. You don't have to order them. Apparently, maybe there's people that were getting them and putting them together.
So you can just bypass mile marker, go right to McDonald's now. Right?
I'd like to say that McDonald's, in my opinion, doesn't have the right to use the word fusion. You know, fusion's like a Food
Yeah,
Network.
like Asian fusion.
Right. I don't know if McDonald's gets to say fusion about anything.
Is there calories per sandwich?
I don't have the information. Okay, so number 2, the crunchy double. This is the sandwich plot twist you didn't know you were missing. Go in for the classic double cheeseburger taste and end up with tasty surprise of chicken McNuggets with tangy barbecue sauce.
Oh.
Wow. This is the marketing camp. That's
I
the
think
marketing.
Sunday, Jimmy, pick up one of each.
No.
We gotta do a taste test. Yes,
I'd
No.
rather eat that.
Jimmy, Sunday morning, one of each.
The fruit cake. The bundt cake
Yeah, or whatever.
with the dried out maraschino
Yeah,
cherries in it.
that one.
If we did that taste test on Sunday morning, nobody would show up for Kate's special appearance.
Well, they'd be doing it from the bathroom.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. Okay, number 3, McDonald's hack: hash brown McMuffin. The menu hack of hash browns inside a sausage McMuffin with egg.
That's palatable.
That might be doable.
That's the least.
That's so far. That's the
To
least.
barn,
All right,
yeah, it's
and,
like
the-
at
and
7-Eleven on the back shelf.
and here comes the last one. The land, air, and sea covers
Land, air,
all the bases and cravings with this menu hack of a Big Mac, a McChicken, and a fillet of fish on one sandwich.
Oh my
They should
God.
call that the seagull.
Ooh.
The land, the air, the sea.
Seagull poop.
Oh,
Oh,
I want to see that. I want to see what it looks
My
like.
stomach is
Oh,
turning.
you
just
know it
thinking
will be
about
good.
can I
don't-
tell you
I think
something?
it'd be good.
These are all, like you said, which one is the less gross of all of them? But I actually started thinking as I was driving on the road today after I saw this on the sign, and I go, I actually had a pretty good hack to come up with. Anybody remember the breakfast sandwich that they had the waffles? They had the waffle for the sausage,
McDonald's.
egg, and cheese.
Yeah.
But if you took the the crispy chicken sandwich and you have chickens and waffles right there.
Yeah.
That would have been
That'd be
a
a
better
good one.
taste than any of those.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right.
Call
With the
McDonald's.
little maple
I'll give you
syrup,
total credit for that.
Call
Yes,
Ronald.
you should have been on the
chicken and
marketing
waffle
team.
hack.
This land, air, and sea sounds like absolutely disgusting. The chicken and waffle could have been a big hit. Maple syrup on, because that's like a. Do you guys have chicken and waffles ever?
We do fried lobster and waffles.
Oh.
Did you say fried lobster waffles?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Hey.
God.
What is that
in
for
the
brunch?
world?
That's our brunch.
How did you
Yeah.
bury the lead on that? We haven't talked about that.
Where do you get your lobster from, Patrick?
Well, we have our own boat, but when he's not fishing, we go to Joe and Sons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pull in 3-4 times a week.
Yeah, you'll be getting them tomorrow.
Tomorrow
Chef Wheels ordered some lobsters for tomorrow.
You know, back to that McDonald's stuff. Can you imagine the training? Hey,
Yeah.
just put them all together. Just put it here. I'll show you how to wrap it. They'll eat it. Don't
I'll
worry
show you
about
how to wrap it.
If they couldn't
Hey.
get the right order right the first time around on something simple, imagine this.
I mean, what training?
But you know what
Right,
we
Jim,
got?
that's actually a good point.
This is what we got to do Sunday. We're going to put our names in a hat, and the name we pull out has to
Has to eat something.
eat one of those.
It's gonna be like the
No, the
wasabi
names
challenge.
of the different sandwiches, and then each
And then the
person
name-
pick. 4 people pick whatever name of the sandwich
Joe,
you
do
pick.
a poll. We'll put a
Okay,
poll
I
out.
like that.
That's easy.
So we all eat
We'll
it.
put
as
a
you
poll out of which sandwich we should get, and that's the
That'd be a
No,
good
no,
one,
no.
too.
We're gonna get the 4 different
Oh,
sandwiches,
okay, all right.
and we're gonna put the name of the 4 different sandwiches in the hat, and 4 of us have to pick, and we have to each
No
person.
thanks.
All right.
You're gonna write my
Well,
name.
'cause
Yeah,
Scott
thanks.
won't be there until
So this-
9:05.
I didn't
You
realize
was
this
there.
is actually live. You can go right now and get one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's a
Every
It's right-
McDonald's
it's on the
is serving
drive-thru.
those?
You go right through, you see it.
Wow.
And you can only order them online or through their
one
app.
of them,
Online.
the Surf and Turf is app exclusive. So, it's exclusive. Hey.
I'd like to know what those cost, and before you
Cost.
tell me, because we're on the go like all the time, and the kids are always like the second I pick one up at practice or at a game, they're always starving. And so I did a quick little tried to keep track of how much money we spent on the go 1 month, and it was absurd, and it was all unhealthy too. But so the other night, both kids were starving. I caved, and I was like, I'll get you one thing each. Dinner's already in the work at home, so we pulled into that Burger King on 128. I literally got a lemonade and a medium French fry for one kid, and a medium French fry for another kid. Anybody have a guess at how much that cost?
$19.
No, there was no sandwiches
It
involved.
was just 2 medium fries and a lemonade.
For
I'm
$11.
gonna say $7.50.
Yeah,
$11
it's gonna
bucks.
go $9.
10.
13 and
Eight
change.
2.
13 and change.
What?
Ah!
And I was
What?
livid. You should have heard the lecture that proceeded to go north on
That
Route
had to be a
128.
mistake. No?
I don't know. It was 2 medium fries and a lemonade. And I lectured them the whole way home about how absurd it was that they couldn't wait 7 minutes to get back to the house and blah, blah, blah. And then I felt like the worst mother in the world. But so this must be a good, $40? So what are you nothing's cheap anymore.
Well, it's weird.
I got the most amazing broccoli I've ever had for $9
Yeah,
half an
French
hour
fries
ago.
right
And Patrick's
here.
like $9.
How large
You're a
were the
mile marker.
fries?
They were mediums.
Mediums.
I think that they can have different prices
So
at different
there's
ones.
They
320
can. Dunkin'
calories.
Donuts does too.
It doesn't show a price, but 320 calories in a medium fry.
Well, we went through because our move is when we go for cigars at the place in Middleton, we stop at McDonald's for the thing that we do like there is the little mini Dairy Queen. What do you call it?
Those things
The
are always
Dairy Whip.
broken.
Or
Dairy
the-
Whips. The
The
vanilla
vanilla soft
vanilla
serve.
twist.
The
Joe
ice cream?
calls them Dairy Whip.
But yeah.
What?
So, but they're those are 200 calories, which is not outrageous for ice cream, but they're just tiny. That's what
Yeah.
the key is.
Those machines are always
But
broken.
on the sign they have all the calories of all the other sandwiches.
Can I ask you a
There's
question?
some sandwich. So one of the sandwiches, and it's not even the Big Mac, is 1,200 calories. If you're dieting, they 1,900 calories is where for someone
Yeah.
my size, that's where you want to be. And one of the sandwiches takes up 2/3 of your whole daily thing for a sandwich that big.
When you're that hungry and you're going on the fly through the drive-through, it's the same as pulling into a gas station. You need gas, you don't even pay attention to the price. You just that's what you get the food and you get in, you get out, you get something going on.
Jesus.
And that's for people that are busy and on the road and just don't have the time. So they get you. That's how they
Nicole, if you had gone to the McDonald's app,
Mm-hmm.
you could have got a large fry for $1.
No, see, yeah.
Did the Burger
That's
King
not the
have an
point.
app
The
then?
point is, I didn't want to listen to the complaining for like 5 more exits, so I caved. But that's like outrageous.
Oh, and Friday is
That's
a
outrageous.
free fries Friday. Jeez.
Because I have time to.
Should
Yeah.
we review the
No,
prices?
so basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to force you to get the app
Yeah.
so they can track you.
Yeah.
Like when you're
Yes.
driving by one, it's going to pop up your phone like, hey, McDonald's, come here, we got this
I
deal.
can't find
But
these
$6
sandwiches.
extra for a French fry
Rockport
if you don't
Candle's
use the
gonna
app.
make a new scent.
What's that?
Rockport Candle will make a new scent.
Land and Sea?
Big Mac.
So my question is to McCarthy on this one.
Big Mac and
Do you
fries.
feel more Irish now that you've had the Irish coffee?
I do. And that was a particularly strong Irish coffee. And I'm feeling very Irish.
How is Patrick? How is your hot chocolate with spicy tequila gone this winter? Is that still a good seller?
Yeah, it's still going strong.
Those are, I might have to get one before I leave. Those are so good.
Was it only a tequila? Do you do one with vodka? Or has it always been a spicy tequila?
It's always spicy tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the whipped cream,
This
but
one.
you would never think that combo would go together, and it really does. Though it's so
Oh,
good.
it's such a great drink.
So good. So
You
good.
can almost eat it with a spoon.
Should we review the prizes one more time? Give people a little couple minutes to share.
Yeah, let's do that, Jim.
Jimmy! You can't. Jesus.
They're here for you.
I'll just be gone 1 minute.
GMG's very own Wilfred Brimley.
A pair of passes to the Cape Ann Museum and a T-shirt from Fish Print Joe. We print the dead. I think it's an extra large.
And a picture of the man at the whale.
That's mine.
We're gonna hang on to that for another day.
Okay. When Joe cleans out his kitchen.
So if you share the podcast and type shared in the comments, you'll be entered, and we'll pull it before we end this thing. Everybody aware of the Neil Young and Spotify controversy?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Cancel
It's more
culture.
Joe Rogan's fault than anything.
It's his fault.
For
Joe
giving in.
Rogan podcast, and he's a non-vaxxer, and he's talking about the vaccinations and stuff, and Neil Young's just like not having it at all.
Yeah, but you have to look at Neil Young's history. I
Okay.
mean, look into his history. He's had a number of controversies as well.
Yeah,
so
but he's like
who's
all
calling the
about
kettle
like
black?
the gun rights, and he's a man's man. You know, he's just like that. He's definitely controversial, no doubt about
Who, Rogan?
it. No, Neil Young.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's controversial somehow, some way. And that doesn't mean they should be shut down.
But his whole argument on this was he didn't feel that he wanted to have his music on a service that let Joe Rogan on, who did not believe with his beliefs, even though he wants his music out there everywhere. He's just like, I don't want my music a part of that. That's not what I want.
The other reason is Spotify had just signed a contract.
Not my opinion. Just
Did you understand? So wait, do you know the underlying other things that had to do with it though?
Please share.
He sold half of his rights to his music for $150 million, was it?
Oh, Neil Young did?
Neil Young.
Yep.
To a company that is exclusively putting his music on Amazon Music.
Oh, see?
So he had an incentive to slam and to hurt Spotify because his music was going to Amazon Music. They don't talk about that.
They don't either,
So it's about
right.
money for him. Yeah. He acts like
because the hot topic is vaccination, and that's what they talk about.
Well, and Joe Rogan is the biggest thing out there right now. I mean, I'm even listening to his podcast.
100 million.
I mean, other than the Good Morning Gloucester podcast, it's Good Morning Gloucester, then Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan got $100 million 10-year contract with Spotify for $10 million a year.
Ridiculous amount.
He's good. I really like him.
Well, he came out with a statement afterwards saying that, whether he goes, I try not to take a side. All I'm looking for is interesting conversations.
Right.
So, I'll listen to anyone, and I don't necessarily have to agree with them, but I'll listen to them and have them on there to do their opinions.
If you don't like them, don't listen to them. That means I can't listen to them. Sorry, don't listen to them.
So there's that. Scotty had a topic: Olive Garden breadsticks as a hot dog bun.
Patrick's over here.
You have that image, Pat?
Nuts.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a good
The
move.
Olive Garden, have you ever been there?
No.
Okay,
Good
I have not.
answer.
for research purposes, you should try one out.
Okay.
And the breadsticks is like kind of
All you can eat. Like
it is all you can eat breadsticks.
Go to.
I haven't been in 3 years. However, the breadsticks, if you use that breadstick as a hot dog bun, it will enhance your hot dog experience that much more.
But how do you know that? Do they sell hot dogs there?
No, you bring them home. Scotty steals
You
them.
smuggling them home?
That's why.
Land,
Listen.
air, and sea.
Do you notice how he has the hoodie with the pocket in front?
Yeah.
There's gonna
I
be
would
all
pick
silverware.
Hot
in
dogs
there.
tonight.
Yeah.
No, I'd be concerned about any loose food items that are around.
Joey only read that comment just to bust my balls.
I didn't. No, it's in here, and you always get mad if we don't bring up your
No,
comments.
I don't.
Anything
Chris
that
gets
lands
mad.
in the podcast topic thread stays there, right, Chris?
Right.
Did you
exactly.
have an
That's right.
interesting?
If it goes on there.
Did you
it
have?
stays there.
Oh, man.
No, but I mean, Joey agreed with me. We were having this conversation. Oh yeah, you're right. So I put it down on the show notes.
Olive Garden?
You were probably just yesing me to death.
Yeah, I don't remember the
Yeah,
conversation.
which is
Denmark has joined England and Ireland in removing all COVID restrictions and going back to complete normalcy.
Gloucester just announced it too
Tonight.
Don't,
tonight.
well, they had a meeting tonight. I don't know.
don't,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Don't.
Any
waiting.
update?
don't,
Any
We're all
don't-
update?
no, that might be fake news.
Well, Beverly gave it up in Gloucester.
Fake news.
They had a
Hashtag
meeting
fake
tonight
news.
to kind of
They had a
decide.
meeting. I haven't heard the
They
results.
did. They had a meeting at 5:30.
Beverly Y, you can go to the Beverly Y without a mask now. Gloucester Y, I went this morning, and I for some reason I'm like, oh, maybe the YMCA is you don't have to have the mask. Nope. Yeah,
It's
well,
my
Do
city,
you have to
Joe.
play pickleball with a mask?
No.
That,
no, I don't.
that's a. I
You
think
have
that was
to-
a decision that the Y made themselves.
No, the Y said that they were going by the Gloucester. They were going
Okay.
by what Gloucester said.
In the CDC.
That's what they told me at the desk.
In the WHO, in the Institute of Wuhan.
Is the mayor watching right now? Can he chime in?
My
Do we have any connections? Pat, you have a connection.
my
Call,
comments aren't working.
call someone who was at the meeting.
I was.
looking. I'm
I
looking.
stopped at a mechanic in Beverly the other day because I had a light on, and I was talking to
don't
this
like
guy in the parking lot who works there. I won't name where. And in the middle of our conversation about my car, he said, "Where's your mask? Why aren't you wearing your mask?" So like out of guilt, I reached into my car and I grabbed it. And then a few minutes later, I was like, "I'm standing outside in your parking lot in Beverly, who had just like relinquished the mask mandate the day before." And I got all angry on the way home. Like, what do you mean? Like, we're outside in a parking lot. I got like, of all the things I do right.
I've
this guy-
seen more people driving alone in their cars with masks this month than I have the entire
You know why
COVID
though?
run.
Because it's cold out. Do you
Yeah,
ever like forget
no,
to
you're
keep?
right,
You
you're
forget
right.
to like.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have it on because I'm so
I
cold.
completely forget to take it off.
Yeah.
I wear it. I mean, I have to
You're
wear it all
brainwashed.
day. You know, so
Yeah.
I literally in this building have to wear it all day, and I've been wearing it all day for 2 years. I'll find myself like driving along and somebody look at me funny, be like, "Whoops."
I wake
Brushing
up in the
brushing
middle
your
of the
teeth
night.
at night, Patrick. With your
I
mask
wake
on?
up in the middle of the night. I still have my mask on.
I completely forget.
Charlene does that to you
It's
though.
it's it's kind of like a teddy bear. I mean, the mask
I
makes me
can't wait for
feel
them to go away.
so good.
So let's do a little recap for mile marker here. First off, I say this room right here, the bar at Tono and the new oyster bar at the hotel are your top three beautiful spaces, dining spaces in Gloucester. There's other great restaurants in Gloucester, but these are just beautiful, beautiful rooms. The igloos are insanely popular. You can rent the igloo by going on Mile Marker's website,
Yeah, mymonth1.com.
milemarker1.com. You can reserve an igloo. I think even though the weekend, Valentine's Day weekend, is pretty much all booked, there may be one or two you can check right now, but it's still a great idea if you want to do something with your significant other the week before. There's still some openings for that. The menu's fantastic. The food is fantastic, and I would highly recommend coming. I mean, I just love. we could have been out in the igloos today. I just love that back room.
Yeah.
It's cozy. In the bar, you can sit at the bar.
Oh yeah, bar's fully open.
The bar is fully
No
open.
more glass and we're-
And just quickly, Patrick, I know there's a room right above us. Are you renting that out? Or
We
is
are the
that
Compass Room, private room, sits up to 40 people.
up to 40 people?
Yeah, and
So
there's a bar up there, so you have your own bartender. Thank you.
Pat had an event there. I think the day before
Yeah, just
COVID
about.
hit. I think
Yeah.
that was the initial super spreader.
March 2020, yeah.
But it was nice because we were all there. Jimmy wasn't, but Jimmy paid for
Jimmy
everything,
paid for it all.
which was what made it really
He had to miss
an
it,
unbelievable event. But if you have any events coming up and you need a space for 40 people, up to 40 people, call
It was very
Patrick.
nice.
Oh, we should do. How many shares do we have?
6.
6 shares. Okay, 1 to 6 for
That's it.
for.
Joey, real quick, Chris, speaking of events coming up, right here at Cape Anne's Marina, we're happy to announce, if you haven't known, if you've been under a rock, that the Bluefin Blowout is back on this year.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's July 28th through the 30th. And Patrick, you want to comment on anything what's going to be happening?
It's going to be the show as usual. So basically, everything that's happened in the past is coming back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is great.
So yeah, we're super
And the
excited.
fish.
Super excited to have them back. Yeah.
Yeah, the fish coming back would be huge, Chris.
How early can people reserve rooms in the hotel?
For that, I'm afraid we're sold out.
You are
Yeah,
sold out.
sold out
Sold
already.
out that week. Yeah.
Now, so there's. Okay, I'm not going to say anything.
You have a extra bedroom.
Yeah. All right, here we go. 1 to 6.
Before you do that, can you
Oh,
give a
sure.
shout out
Why don't you do
for
it?
Mick? So some of you know our good friend Mick Lafada. His son passed away 3 or 4 years ago from diabetes, and they're doing their annual Brandon Lafada Memorial Hockey Game this Saturday, February 5th at 6:20 p.m. in Middleton at the Essex Sports Center. It's a fundraiser event. Masco versus Gloucester, always a great game. There's going to be some raffle items, Bruins tickets. There's a signed Ray Bork jersey, a signed Brad Marchand jersey. So if you're around, please, go to Middleton, watch a great game, but also keep Brandon in your prayers and make a donation to the Children's Diabetes Association.
Absolutely. God bless.
There you go. Thank you for that. All right, we're going to do our picks.
Okay.
All right. How many prizes was there?
2.
2 prizes. Okay. So the first person that responds with what
T-shirt or passes.
T-shirt or passes to the Cape Ann Museum. Number 4, first
Number
winner.
4, Robert and Annette Spanks of the Villages.
Yeah.
And what was the rest of that?
What?
What's
The
the
swingers.
complete title?
With the
Swingers
with
for the Village
loofah
with the
on
loofah
antenna.
hanging off the
They
antenna.
get the first choice
How
between.
can you not
I
get
know.
swingers in there?
She's
It's
just trying
amazing,
to
isn't it?
She's trying to be.
Okay, Wayne Moulton could pick those up for them, right?
Number 3.
Number 3 is Wayne Moulton.
Oh, look at that.
Wow,
Wayne.
all in the family. They're like,
Jeez.
so there's that. I could probably give them both. I'll give them both to Wayne, and they can figure it out.
Yeah, why don't you draw one more? Because Robert and Annette are going to take the magnet. So we still have.
The magnet was not an option.
But Pat's saying
No,
it's
no,
okay.
no. It wasn't an option.
My magnet.
We said it wasn't an option.
Passes. Wayne says passes.
And so Annette gets
So-
the shirt.
T-shirts. Okay.
You gotta,
No
you-
magnet for you.
No, no
I tried.
No, it's not. It's not. That's not cool
We'll
to,
do it
to
again, though.
volunteer
Well,
other people's
Jesus, we
stuff.
call them out all the time for being swingers. You'd think you'd give them a $5 magnet.
It's not my magnet to give.
Pat is saying okay.
She didn't
Not
say. She was being
mine.
forced into it. She's being coerced.
Thank you,
Patrick
everyone.
loves
Okay.
our show.
Uh,
We love Mount Market.
We're going to give your passes to Joey Wayne to deliver them.
Does Wayne get a discount on postage?
We didn't do Stacey's. Speaking
night.
of postage, we didn't do Stacey tonight.
We don't have it
We
with
don't.
us.
We didn't have it with us. They're down the dock.
Not
we'll do 'em
usually
on-
on
we'll
the
do-
road.
Yeah. If you send a self-stamped and addressed envelope to 95 East Main Street.
Okay, thank you, Robert. we'll have Wayne's going to pick up both Robert and Annette takes the swingers
What's going on?
T-shirt and his pass.
Don't worry about what Joe's doing.
All set?
Are you done, Pat?
Okay, thank you.
I'm the one.
You can. What happened? What's the matter?
Pat, I don't know, Pat.
What's the
Pat
matter?
has
What's
been
she doing?
yelling at us all night.
She's got a lot of. Well, there's a lot going on.
There's a
in
lot
their
of.
family.
There's like a lot of.
They're getting it from both ends.
Wow.
The-
Are we talking about the villages?
No.
We're-
hey now. Hey
That
now.
was his name of the night.
Wait, what just happened?
Let's cue the music.
No, they got
Jim's
they got
mustache
issues.
just went
They-
sideways.
Wait,
They got issues. They got car issues in Pennsylvania. They got other issues. They got all.
snow issues.
Joey, go on with the Stacy.
Stacy.
You already said.
So, if you send a self-stamped and addressed envelope to 95 East Main Street, care of Joey, we will put a Good Morning Gloucester sticker and send it back to you. So there's that. And the
Breaking
stickers.
news: YMCA is not open until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning because they have to treat their lots
Oh,
tomorrow morning. So
why is the temperature dropping tonight? I thought it was tomorrow.
they have to treat. They want to treat it before the cold
Heavy,
temperatures hit.
heavy icy conditions in the AM. They said really bad. So that's why.
Oh wow! All right. Well, there's that.
So you can all sleep a little.
Patrick, thank you for hosting us.
Patrick,
Thanks for
thank you.
coming in.
Appreciate it. Always
Well
good to see
Well
you.
done.
Happy 50th.
We love it here. Happy
Joe,
50
happy birthday.
happy birthday to you.
Oh, it's my birthday?
That's right.
Oh,
It's your
thanks,
birthday.
man.
That's his birthday.
Tomorrow.
It's his birthday weekend.
Say it's your birthday.
Uh,
President.
Come here to the mile marker. Come see us at on 1:30 on Sunday and see Kate, guest bartender at the Nest. And Sunday morning we'll be podcasting again. So hope to see you soon. Everybody have a great night.
Thanks, Joe.
Little town with big news. 411 come get the scoop. Wake up with Joe and the rest of his crew. It's good morning, Gloucester, to you. Oh, it's good morning, Gloucester, to you. I say good morning, Gloucester, to you. Good morning, Gloucester, from over the